indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Welcome to this August 19th Board of Commissioners meeting. First item is public comment. Do we have anyone here for public comment? Okay, seeing none, we'll move right into our presenters. We have Melinda Grismer, Abby Martin, and Monica Zarate with the Learning Network. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to see everybody. Hopefully everybody got an annual report. If not, I see a couple people who didn't. Here. There's one for you, and I think there's one for you. Who has it? The person next to you. Okay. All right. I thought what I would do is just, first of all, I wanted to introduce my team, but I'm going to introduce the team as I go through the annual report and kind of show you what they do in the context of the Learning Network. So it's kind of fun to have them all here with me today. So I'm Melinda Grismer. I'm the director of the Learning Network, and Monica Zarate is the assistant director, and Abby Martin is our site coordinator for adult education. So. All right, so starting on the Summer Kids Workshops page, we had 380 kids this year for Summer Kids Workshops, which was so another good year for Summer Kids Workshops. We have one of our instructors here. Liz teaches the aviation course, which is awesome. We actually had 39 instructors overall, and the coordinator for that program is Louisa Hoffman, who is here with us. So Louisa does an awesome job of networking with all the teachers in the county who are really interested in teaching something kind of passionate over the summer, something that they really enjoy teaching that's hands-on, that engages kids. So we're blessed to keep that going, and we appreciate the gift that we have gotten for 2 years now from Clinton County as the Community Service Award, because that helps more than you know. That has we actually had to dip into savings a little bit this year, which was a little scary, but without that support, it would be very difficult to do this. So thank you. All right. You'll notice the partner organizations are on the next page, and those are specific to Summer Kids Workshops. So those are all the community partners who support Summer Kids Workshops, and several of them give quite a bit. So all the way from 2,000 down to about 250. So anywhere in between, they all help with a different gift to support sometimes a specific workshop that they have interest in. So we really appreciate the community partnership as well. Monica Zarate, who I introduced as our assistant director, is also our Clinton County Minority Health Coalition coordinator. And she's done a lot of work this year in getting people licensed for Bridging the Gap medical interpreter training. So she's had several that were certified through IU Health, several through Trinity Free Clinic, several through the Office of Minority Health, and then also she did a pre-course with our level 4 English as a second language learners that are learning to be interpreters as well. And if you reference page 7, those are the interpreters who were certified in this last year. So we, and that means she's actually done work with Haitian Creole speakers as well, but mostly it's been Spanish English interpreters that are able to help in all of our county medical offices. So whether that's the health department or whether that's at the hospital, that certification allows them to be fully certified to help bridge that gap for people.
So how does that work? Do they work a certain period of time, or are they on call, or what's the process look like?
Monica, you want to answer that one? You can.
Yeah.
So what happens is that we do the training. Once we do the training, they actually go over to Open Door or another facility that they can find to volunteer some time. And then they get put onto our website, and then anybody that needs them will be able to go ahead and contact them for services.
Okay. I'm just thinking at the county level, sometimes we have those needs in different departments.
And you can definitely either go to our Learning Network page where it has the interpreters listed and their contact information, or contact Monica, or we can also include the county as part of our pathway for that program too.
Okay.
So, yep, absolutely. All right, the next one up is Anthony. So he's on page 6. He's our promotor de salud, which is community health worker. He works a lot with Open Door, and this last year he has done the lead poisoning prevention campaign in concert with the health department and helping to get, since the health department does the actual testing for lead, he tries to make people aware of the need for testing. So he's been out to all kinds of events, working with families, and making sure they know how important it is to be tested for lead, particularly when it comes to the housing stock in Frankfurt. It's an older housing stock, and I think, see if I'm right, Anthony, is it before 1970 or before 1950 that you have to be concerned about lead? 1970. Okay. So any house built before 1970, which is several of the houses, I live in one now, but I used to live in one before as well. So there's just, people need to be aware in English and Spanish of the risk of potential lead poisoning. So that's what he's been doing, along with other things. He works 2 days a week at Open Door Clinic and supports Open Door and in all of its operations as well. So I mentioned the interpreters already, so we can go to page 8. That's a whole listing of all of the people that Monica works with the Clinton County Minority Health Coalition. So she's got lots of partners all across the community with that. George, who couldn't be here today, actually, he is an instructor for us. He used to be our full-time ELL coordinator, but they stole him at the state level because he's so darn good. They took him, and he works full-time in Indianapolis now for the Department of Workforce Development. But he is our Technology Today instructor. He's our bilingual instructor who comes in on Tuesdays and Thursdays, teaches from 6 to 8, and helps people through digital literacy. So every kind of, acclimation to Microsoft Office, so whether it's Excel or Word, helping them understand how to safely navigate the internet, all kinds of, and it explains it a little bit in here too, but he works on that. So every week that we're teaching English as a second language, on the off days, he's teaching Technology Today. And that is a grant, thanks to Jordan, that kind of hooked us up with AT&T. That was an amazing partnership as well. So really appreciate that extra connection to AT&T. They were the ones that have provided us the money for his instruction. And then another grant, MHS Serves, has provided the money for the computer lab. So when Purdue Extension could no longer support the computer lab, MHS Serves, I wrote a grant for $50,000, and they have provided all the computers in the lab that have helped us, both us and Extension, to get through all the computer needs that we have. So whether it's Safe for Extension, or whether it's English as a second language or high school equivalency, those computers were provided by MHS Serves in that grant this year. On page 10, we have driver's ed, and Karen Garza actually has been teaching both driver's ed and citizenship. We are up to 75 now since the start of that program that have gone through and either obtained their driver's education, their driver's license, because they were able to get additional help in passing the written part, or have become a citizen. And she's been working with them. She works with them on Tuesdays and Thursdays and sometimes Saturdays as well. And she's been a very dedicated and really effective instructor for us. She wasn't able to be here today because she's working. Abby Martin is the Clinton County Adult Education Site Coordinator. She's the one, a lot of you were there for the graduation on July the 31st, which was awesome. We really appreciate the support. She had lots of graduates this year. What was your total graduate?
I believe we had
29 graduates for high school equivalency in Clinton County this year. And she works really hard at that, but not only does she do an excellent job with that and serving people and meeting them at the point of their need, whether that's Tuesdays and Thursdays during the day or in the evening, depending on their schedule. She's also really been a pioneer in these industry recognized job certifications. So she's, this last year, had 2 sections of welding and lots of graduates, and that's in partnership with Rossville and Jesse Davis. So that's been amazing. But this coming year, we're also starting the NCCER, which is National Construction It's a construction program, and so basically we're going to start, and it has OSHA 10 embedded as well, so we're on the hunt for an instructor. We've been given money through the Department of Workforce Development to support that pre-apprenticeship program, so we'll be doing more in the construction space. We've got welding, we've got construction, and then also Monica is going to be doing a CCMA class, which is Certified Medical Assistant Training. So we're starting to really branch out into industry recognized certifications, which I think will be super helpful to Clinton County in multiple ways. So, all right. Questions about that? I know I'm speeding through this. Abby, is there anything else you want to add to that? Nope. I'm good? Okay. All right. The HSE graduation's on page 14, featuring one of our graduates and Mayor Sheets congratulating him. And on the back page, we have our Learning Network mission. I also included all the things that the Learning Network paid for when it came to the building in 24 and 25 on page 17, totaling almost $40,000. Well, I guess a little more than $40,000 in improvements to the building. So we help where we can, and we try to be a good partner with Extension and trying to make sure that we do everything we can to keep the building I would say, within the means that we have to be able to add to it. We try to be a good partner in that. We do have an open house coming up on the 6th of November from 2 to 7. We would love for you to be there. And the purpose of that will be just to kind of see what we do. We'll have a student that's kind of representative sample from each of our classes. We'll talk about the certifications more, the ones that Abby is bringing online. We'll talk about more what we do with health programming as well as summer kids workshops. So would love to have you there. If you want some more information and just to meet some of our students. I put the board members and our team members on the back. So we've got a full board now. Really happy that they're very engaged and just very helpful in so many ways. We have a board retreat this Saturday, and they're involved in lots of ways in the community. We have teachers, we have bankers, we have people that work at the Department of Workforce Development. So anyway, we're blessed to have a great board, and I'm very blessed to work with such an amazing team that they're all here today. I also wanted to introduce Itzel and Mari, who are our student success coordinators, and they're somewhat new. They're probably within their first year, just finishing their first year. So they've been an amazing support to our team, and we're really, really happy to have them. So anyway, that's us. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for the report. Any questions?
Thank you.
No, I
Awesome.
have none.
Thanks. Thank you guys for coming. Next, we have Carol Price with a United Way update slash, I think it's more related to the United Way Day that the county participates in.
Yes, thank you. I just came to ask your permission again for the county to have their United Way campaign. I'm looking in an October timeframe, thinking that might benefit after the move happens. We're all hoping that's after the move. And in the past, the county has provided a paid day off for a fair share gift. And I want to see if that would be happening again this year. So that's my request.
Okay.
I'll make the motion that we go forward with the payday.
Okay.
I'm not sure if October is going to be a good date. I don't know. It's some information that we don't know.
Okay, well, we'll play it by ear.
Whenever, right?
We'll play it by ear, and I was
I'll
just,
make the motion that we allow our employees to participate in the one-day off.
So I will support that with one caveat. I think we need to look at putting a policy in place because we've run into a couple issues, like when people leave and
oh, I see.
yeah, and not wanting to fulfill the commitment, and they've used the time. So
I
think we
see.
can do it. We'll work on getting that done before October, which I think we should be able to.
Okay.
That way,
Yeah.
also, if we put it in our policy, we don't necessarily even have to have this exchange every
Year?
It'll
Well, that
be-
would be nice.
It'll be part of
Okay.
kind of the benefits that are offered, essentially.
Okay, then I'll work with the payroll person, and also, I think Jada in the past has run a bake sale kind of a thing, and I thought it would be nice to have that bake sale in the new building to bring people in to see it, so.
Yeah.
Bert, We'll hope it happens. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
So we
good
had a
with that.
motion.
Yeah.
Second. All right, motion carries 3-0, and then we'll work on some of the internal paperwork to get it to flow a little better moving forward. All right, next up is Liz Stitzel with an area plan update, and then we have LUPAC 08-25-390, as well as ordinance 2025-06. Do you want to start with the update first, or the LUPAC?
I'll start with the update
Okay.
first. Just one item, that is really low. I give up. Okay. I'll just step back, that'll solve the problem. All right, so the only item I've got up as far as unsafe structures to discuss this morning is the house in Hillisburg that we've discussed numerous times over the last year. So today is the day that you had given for a deadline for him to get soil borings and a septic approval per his last request when he came to see you June 17th of 2025. Per Nash, yesterday at 1:39, there was no soil testing and no septic plans for the property. I did look up, just because this has been a hot minute. We've fined this 3 times. On December 17th of last year, 250, January 21st of this year, 250, and then the last one was April 1st of this year for 500, which that was paid. I think he's paid all of those. They haven't gone up onto the taxes. But no forward progress at all. Kat did remind him that today was the deadline, so
I think
what your pleasure
I
is.
think he's here, so I'll give him. Would you like to say anything, sir?
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I know last time when I come here, we give you who gonna make it, but last weekend I got a phone call and he said he's not gonna make it. So I had to find a different company, and I told him, I said, why you just told me like right now, because I gotta go to the commission court so I can let us know when you're gonna start to do it. He said, well, sorry. So now I had to look at somebody else for do the septic tank.
Okay.
And also, some companies they charge more. So I had to, work, make the money so I can pay for the company.
Understand.
Yeah. So I just ask you guys, like, at least give me one more chance because, I had to fix it no matter what. Yeah. My goal it was this year fix it. Before this year, I was gonna fix it, but I just got like the life, issues. But I'm okay.
Okay.
So
Gentlemen.
I'm for giving you another chance.
Yeah.
But we've given you so many other chances. I just wonder, are you putting it, is this a serious thing you're trying to fix? We can't just wait till the last day and work at it.
yeah, I know.
You're gonna have to put some force in it to get it done. We
And
can't
and
keep
also,
doing this.
oh sorry, and also I sent the Paris Oreo sample, but I returned because I put the wrong address. It was my fault. Yeah, so I never do that. It's the first time. So the return like say, okay, yes, I'm gonna do it again.
The fines have been paid consistently. Yeah.
Yeah, fines.
And yeah, I hear that she said I want money. It's about missing a couple cords. I know I paid $500, but
Yeah. I think all your fines are paid up.
okay. Yeah, I don't know. I
So
need to
you-
pay taxes too from my house.
Yeah, you've done
So-
a great job in doing that.
That's on top of that too.
Outside of getting the septic installed, it'll have to be approved by the health department. So there's a whole design process that has to go through, that will have to go through their office. So that's where it does take some time, but you'll have to really get on things and not wait till
Yeah,
a week before that someone's going to show up and do it, because it'll have to go through the health department to get the approvals first that design's going to work.
yeah, because the guy who was gonna make it, I don't know if you guys remember the last time the girl that come with me, it's her son.
Mm-hmm.
So he was gonna do it, but I think his boss, he's like busy. So the moment he's like, nope.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He don't give me. I mean, he don't explain to me what happened, but he said, sorry, I just can't make it.
Yeah, Liz.
I would just note, the health department, if you reach out to them or to Nash, they have a whole list of companies that do soil testing, and they have lists of septic installers, and, they're going in all the time, so it's not like there's nobody that can do it. So if you're having trouble with your guy, you might reach out to people on their list because you have an urgent problem with your situation.
I know,
So
but-
finding somebody that can solve it.
I know, but
On those lists.
I mean, talk first is the money. If you don't got money, nothing you can do. And for the money, I had to work, so I can save money.
That-
Make the money too, so I can pay the
That
money.
part's up to them as far
I
as
know,
timing,
but just-
but I wanted to make sure you had the resources to call someone who could help.
I wish if I got like $20,000 on my hand, I'd be like, well, just gonna do it. But I don't have it.
So what?
Work for I had to work, and my job is cook. I don't make it $20 an hour. I make it like 60.
Yeah, understand.
So,
So at some point, we just have to take action, right? Like, unfortunately, that's the position that we're in once it reaches so many chances. So
Yeah.
it sounded like Bert was willing to give you one more chance, and I think I even heard that out of your own mouth is just give me one more chance.
yeah.
But it can't be one of those things where we give you one more chance and then you come back and we have this same conversation
mean-
again.
If you guys give me one more chance, I ask for one more chance. You guys give it to me, I come back next time, you'll be like, it's the last time. So, you can guys decide what they're gonna do with my house.
So, what time frame would you request?
Well, I calculate like I had to work, because I started looking for a second job, and so I said maybe 2 more months, at least, because I had to get them ready for city tank, and plus I had to pay the tax. Yeah, and tax I think is in September. Yeah, the last month.
What's the,
And it's over like 5,000 machine.
what's the meeting in October? that would-
We'll give you, how about
3
November
months.
18th?
Yeah,
November 19th?
18th.
Okay.
So that's,
that's over 3 months.
Yeah.
Almost 3 months.
yeah, because you're gonna reach a point where the health department's not gonna let you put a septic in because of the conditions outside. So
Yeah.
you got a window here, basically, the rest of August, September, October, maybe early November, that it has to be installed, and then they'll kind of shut things down at that point. So that'll give you a little more time than you're even requesting. But don't want to have this conversation again.
No,
We need one more after one more.
I know,
right?
guys, you he brings all the same story, like every time.
And I'm sympathetic to your story.
and
It's just we're put in here to enforce certain rules,
Yeah.
and we have to enforce them consistently, or try to consistently.
I see your points. I completely understand, and I'm really apologize everyone, because, well,
We understand.
Yeah,
life is not easy. You
Yeah.
have to
understood.
fight for everything.
So November 18th.
Okay.
Okay, so that'll be a Tuesday. And that will need to see the progress that we've discussed multiple times happening in terms of with the septic system.
So when I got everything, who I have to let it know, like
You'd let
head
our office know.
department or
To get your permit for the septic system will be the health department. Soil tests for min specs for the septic will be the health department.
Okay.
Once you have it compliant though, you need to make sure that Kat knows in our office that it's done, and that we can then move on to, as far as this deal goes, getting rid of the unfit, and then you'll have the remodel process to get back to that was stopped because of the failed septic.
okay.
So,
Alright.
but that's a separate issue that's not related to.
You really just need to reach out right away to the health department, and they can guide you to
Okay.
where you need to go.
Okay.
So I'd get with them next week and
This week?
this
Yeah,
week.
this week.
Yeah,
That's right, this is only Tuesday, so, yeah.
yeah, so I mean, thanks so much, everyone. Thank you, and,
Don't let us down.
well, I gotta go because I had to work today.
Yeah,
so,
no, understand.
You know, I don't wanna lose my job.
All right.
Yeah,
Good
thank you
luck.
for showing up.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
All right, so we probably need a motion if we want to.
I make the
extend till-
motion that we give him until November the 18th.
Okay.
Second.
All right, motion carries 3-0 for one more extension. Okay.
All right, I will let Kat know. And the other item, as you noted, is I've got a LUPAC to present. So this is LUPAC 0825390. And I don't even know if, I don't know the ordinance number. I think Jordan read what that was going to be. But this specifically is submitted to you with a favorable recommendation from the Area Plan Commission. This is with reference to adopting a moratorium on the location, siting, and construction of battery farms, otherwise known as battery energy storage systems, or BESSes. The Plan Commission met this morning. This was properly advertised. There was no comment that was given to the board. They unanimously voted to submit the favorable recommendation. This is in response to the commissioner's request. I think it's probably been a few months ago that we start the process of looking at an ordinance, but meanwhile, draft and submit a moratorium for adoption. This is compliant with state law in terms of being an amendment to the Unified Development Ordinance and having been through the Plan Commission recommended to you. It's also compliant with state law in that it does have a cap on it in time. The moratorium lasts for 1 year or until we've adopted a appropriate ordinance, whichever comes first. Moratoriums can't be used to permanently make a decision on a use. You have to adopt an ordinance that then says how you do that. So you can obviously act on that, or you can take it under advisement, whatever you wish to do. Once adopted, then it will become an amendment to the UDO and will allow the Plan Commission to deny any applications for permits or approval on that use until such time as either the year passes or we have the ordinance adopted, at which point we would have a way to regulate what we do with that application, which we don't have that at this time. We'd have to regulate it as some other type of use, and there's really nothing that's similar. So we don't have a path that I would consider to be appropriate to being able to consider the unique features of that
So
use right now.
anytime within the year, we could adopt an ordinance.
Correct. In fact, I would actually state that ideally, we get an ordinance prepared and we have time to think through it and make sure it's right, and then we get that adopted in a way that we all can live with ahead of, the end of the moratorium, because once the moratorium expires, if you don't have an ordinance, you're going to be right back to most similar use, and nothing that says how you consider that or what kinds of hearings are needed or, anything at all on it. So my recommendation is always, as a planner, that, the communities we serve should sort of take the bull by the horns, make the regulation to set the framework for how you want to consider something. Don't just kind of leave it to random chance in the free market.
Any comments or questions, Bert?
I have none.
So
No.
I'll make a comment because I want to make sure everyone understood that is one of the purposes is because right now, if someone submitted an application, there is no usage specific to this, so it could come through basically as gray area, right? Because the office would have to interpret which usage is best to, confines of our current zoning ordinances. So this is trying to define that better and put something more specific to these type of energy storage systems so that we can have standards that are met if something would ever come about, basically. So it's not that that we're for it or against it. It just we don't want to allow something that to come here without any standards in place, right? Because right now it could sneak through and there's nothing that can be done. So this stops that from happening. All right. So if we have a motion, we either, I would say, take it under advisement to review some more, or to adopt or reject. Those are your three options at this point.
So Tom, what's your thought on take it under advisement or can?
Whatever, I don't see anything wrong with it right now, but if you want to keep it advisement, you can do that as well.
I make the motion that we go ahead and pass this moratorium.
Okay, a motion to adopt the LUPAC 08-25390, which would also be ordinance 2025-06.
Yeah, and then I'll second Mr. Myers, as I think obviously we need to have this and put it in place as quickly as possible. So I'm for doing this.
Yep, so that passes 3-0 to adopt that moratorium on, I don't like the term battery farms because that lumps it in with farms, and I don't think this
Yeah,
is any
it's not a farm.
close to that, so I will call it BESS,
Yeah.
the battery energy storage system.
Which is technically more correct, just
Yeah.
for whatever reason, not what the general public has decided to call them. I'm with you, though. And thank you. From Area Plan's perspective, we very much appreciate the clarification. We don't like gray areas,
Yeah.
so appreciate it.
All right?
Anything else from me?
You get to work on it now.
Nope.
We will be working on it. We'll let you guys know as we start to put a committee together in case any of you wish to attend any of those meetings or weigh in. It's probably going to be later in the fall, early winter, once the construction season starts to ease off for us. So,
Thanks.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
you.
all right.
Thank you, Liz.
Next up is Rick Campbell with a highway update. Morning, Rick.
Good morning. We had some community crossings money left over from last year. We paved 3 of the roads this spring, and I have the closeout letter the commissioners need to sign so we can finalize this.
Okay,
Do you have a copy?
I do have a copy, and it looks like we were pretty close, but we went over by $163.05. So
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All things feeling. So, do we have a motion to allow the president to sign the closeout community crossing matching grant paperwork?
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second it.
All right, motion carries.
Nice
3-0.
job, Rick.
Yeah.
Reef Riley is doing the paving on Marlboro Jefferson Blacktop and Gas Line. Both of those roads are done as far as paving and shoulder work. They look very nice. Some of the best work that I've seen. And still need to stripe Marlboro Jefferson Road. And I got the invoice for that. I will let the commissioners see it, and we'll decide. We'll sign that next meeting.
Okay.
Also, the county highway department has been busy this summer taking out railroad crossings from Frankfort to Forest. 2 of them we paved with our new paver, and they turned out really nice. We did the one on 200 East, just north of Michigantown Blacktop. We paved that one with hot mix. We went to Forest and we paved that intersection with hot mix. They look very, very good. We also paved a 6-foot culvert that we had to replace with hot mix with the new paver. Paver works out really nice. Appreciate the commissioners letting us get the paver.
Okay.
I spoke with sewer maintenance from Kirkland last week. They wanted to annex some of our county road into their town. I told them that was fine. We didn't have a problem with that, and that they needed to have their attorney draw up all the paperwork and present everything to the commissioners when they're ready, and the commissioners probably would not have any problem signing off on that.
Yeah, and I'll add a little context because this came up at my community event I held in Kirkland. There's a stretch on, I believe it was Kirk Street and then East Jefferson.
Yes.
That are essentially within the town, but they are county roads, and so they are unable to get those paved through community crossings because it's not in their jurisdiction. So they wanted to kind of take on the upkeep, which is fine with us.
Yes.
I'll talk to Rick about it, and so they're going to work on bringing that paperwork to us to relinquish those rights of those to the town of Kirkland.
And we're in the process right now of making our pug mix. We should make around 7,400 tons of pug mix. When the pug mix is done, we will take our new paver out to 800 north, and we will start paving going east from 700 east all the way to our East County line. And I'm thinking with any mix that's left over, I might do 800 north from 39 and go west as far as I can, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I got some more railroad crossings that I need to pave over, and I want to use the pug.
So on those railroad crossings, is this where the railroad has reached out about taking them out, or you've reached out to them? Like, I guess.
We reached out to them, and they just wanted us to do pave overs,
Gotcha.
so we just took them out.
Okay.
I drove all the way to I weaved my way back and forth all the way to Kokomo. Some of them are completely out, and some of them are just pave overs.
Okay.
You can't get to them anyway, so
Yeah.
I took them out.
All right.
All the material is still there. That's all I got.
Okay. Any questions for Rick?
Mulberry Jefferson is great.
It is. It's very nice.
It's gonna be difficult to keep it under 80, so it's real smooth, you know. But they did a nice job.
Thanks, Rick.
Thank you, Rick.
Rick came in from vacation to give that report, too.
Oh,
so.
wonderful. You can go back to vacation if you'd like. Okay, we have no old business. We have a couple items under new business. The first one is Envoy Pay App. It's for $129,653.26. There's roughly $1,121,668.96 remaining to finish the balance of that project. So I'll entertain a motion to approve this current payout.
Motion to approve the payout number 19.
Second.
All right. Motion carries 3-0 on that. Next item is the maintenance job description, which we had briefly discussed a couple meetings ago. And so that has went through the process of the hiring committee that's in place, which had the approval. There was 2 modifications to it from the job description that was in place before that. I'll read through those. The first was to add receive searches and cares for all female prisoners and all boys under 14 years of age who are committed to or detained in the county jail as defined in IC Code 36.8.10.5. And then the second one was the one we had shown the video and discussed, which was the manages all duties related to inmate commissary fund. So I know Sheriff's here. I don't know if you have any comments on that or questions with it.
Regarding the inmates, I don't have any questions.
Okay.
And obviously, I didn't, I'll come up.
Yeah, that's probably best.
No job description has been submitted for a change, so, you know, you want to change it, but I don't know that changing it, you can vote on it. I will obviously share it with my legal deputy, and we'll go from there.
It was sent to you twice, actually. Emailed over. And so just for reference, when the county redid all the job descriptions across the board, we had, everyone had input on theirs. We had 2 that did not receive input and didn't do it, and that was the matron and chief deputy. Those were the only 2 in the county. So at some point, we had this created by our HR firm that was doing it, just based on what other counties do. And so that was what the baseline was. So
Very good.
We'll, it's went through the committee. We'll either accept this or deny this, and then it'll go to council, and that will be the official job description for the position. So, okay. Any other comments?
No.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve
All right.
the existing job description as presented.
All right.
Second.
All right, motion carries 3-0. So that'll go to council next. Okay, next item we have is for the plaque that will be at the annex, to approve the purchase of it. It goes through the whole funding through the annex, but it's different because we went with a vendor outside of the bot process. We chose our own vendor for this. So we need approval for that. It's DNR Awards and More for $3,700 for the plaque that will be displayed there.
How much was it for, Jordan? I'm sorry.
$3,700.
Motion to approve the outside vendor to prepare our annex plaque for the new annex.
Okay.
Second.
All right, motion carries 3-0. Department heads. Do I have any department heads that'd like to go? Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm still working through the interim process checklist of organizational transformation for the health department. What kind of remains on that checklist, just to kind of keep you guys up to date on where I am. Food and vector position, we're working on getting that posted and filled, as you're aware of that process starting. The emergency preparedness plan, making sure that that stays intact, that we have our PEF grant positioned correctly, that we have the collaboration between health department and EMA, making sure that we finished our grant distributions, getting that budget approved, and kind of just keeping the ship upright. So really pleased with all of those pieces coming together. And then we will reach the ed part of the public health administrator positioning, and then also just future health department leadership. Along with our daily functions, we are running through web pages, links, forms, our stocks, to just make sure we are efficient and connected as possible with serving Clinton County in public health areas. Yesterday, 50 organizations received an email from me about building, sustaining, and promoting our community health partnerships. That ties into our Health First funding. There is a pledge, which I do ask the county to look at, and so I will send that through commissioners first. It's a pledge of just that we are partnering with the county, the health department in Health First initiatives of keeping Indiana a healthier state. Also, part of
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What are some of those initiatives?
the initiatives of keeping. Okay, so there are, I believe it's 12 core areas we look at. Chronic disease. I probably should know these better than I do.
Yeah, I don't expect you.
That's
I'm
okay.
putting you on the spot
Yes,
to
that's
know all
okay.
12.
Fatality reviews, our infant mortality reviews, trauma and injury prevention, obviously immunizations. We have maternal child health. So obviously a lot of partnership that happens with healthy communities and all of the maternal child health pieces that come together. TB planning, the lead promotion, the water safety, the food safety.
Okay.
So really, it's all the different pieces of it. And so healthfirstindiana.com.gov, probably, I'm not sure, I'd have to Google it. I'm on that site all the time, I should know it by now. Anyways, it gives a picture of Clinton County, and it lists our health partners, it lists our budget for Health First Indiana, it's all out there. Our results, where we rank on all these different initiatives are there, and what ones we have picked out as our top 3 are there as well. So I'm really working on getting our departments focused on those goals. Do you know where what is our percentage and where are we trying to move the dial? So making sure that we have a plan and an actual program. We're not just doing stuff because we do stuff, right? And we want to be going somewhere, and that's that transformational partnership that I'm talking about. When you look at that page, though, you'll only see about 6 people listed as our partners. Now, that's not true. Clinton County has a very, very robust, in fact, one of the best in the state, community health partnerships. We've got Healthy Communities. We have LINK, which is funded through IU. We have IU, we have with them, we have Trinity, there are so many aspects. I can't even begin to, again, I reached out to 50 different partners to say, hey, we are, learning network. I want to see that when people pull up that page, they can see all the different ways that we spread across Clinton County. So I'm working on getting those connections made. So I will forward to Britt that emails that will share with you guys, because I would like to have, the county itself signed on as our community health partner. Let's see, what else about that? So the other piece I would say that we're working on is our food and vector training and program. 2026 has a brand-new kind of outlay for what food inspection looks like. Not really changes the food inspection at all, but it does change the forms, the menu, what we used to like categorize everybody menu type, that's changed. So we have a lot of updates to do to our forms and our program and how we do that. Rodney is currently hitting 3 to 4 inspections a day, so really pleased with that. I would say that we have a huge void in the beginning part of our year, and we are quickly catching up to speed. We'd love to see every establishment twice a year. Schools were required to see twice a year, so we're making sure all those pieces come together. We're also working on making sure that the public has access to our food inspections, and so we've looked at several different models. Blackford County currently is the model that we are most preferring. We're working with the state's IT to make sure that we can upload those. And literally, it'll be a scanned report form. It may someday be a completely electronic version of those reports, but it's not currently. We just want to keep it going and make sure that we are being as transparent and forward-moving in our community as possible.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, it's in.gov/healthfirstindiana.
thank you very much. So really great information out there. I mean, you can drill down and see all sorts of data that makes me really happy to get into, which everybody else would like look at me and go like, wow, that's really boring stuff, Melissa. But those are the things that make a person with quality metrics really want to drive a program forward.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks.
Any questions?
Thank you. You've done a nice job
Thank you.
going
We're-
forward. So,
We're busy. It's really great to finally hit a stride where we're now working on moving us forward in a good way. So very, very pleased with all that. Any questions at all?
Thanks for your
No.
job.
No,
Thank you.
Thanks for the update. Anyone else? Amy? Morning.
So I think I have her janitor situation figured out. Luckily, Monica was able to get her funding restored for their part of the janitor. Haven't been able to get back to you, Jordan, yet because I got my quote for a new janitor just yesterday evening. We're going to use the same person that the health department is using. So then that way it's kind of just maybe a little bit easier financially wise. It's already a contractor with the county. So looks like it's going to come in basically about the same. So same price and everything. So I need to run those final numbers and everything. So I think we can let that panic go. The building's not in too bad a shape just yet. So hopefully I can get her started next week and we're back in business. So
Okay.
we're good to go.
Thank you, Amy.
So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Anyone else?
I submitted to you the 2 requests for the 2 canines that operate out of the jail facility for their retirement, for them to go back to their handlers. They've reached years of service and to the point where it's time to let them retire out. The handlers would like to retain the animals, and that would relieve the county of any further burden on medical or feeding or maintenance of the animals themselves.
Okay, so we have,
Canine Lambo and Canine Diesel.
so, yep, would be the 2, and they would go to Sergeant Chase Miller and Corporal Barth Mink would be 2 who the handlers would be. So do we have any questions on that or comments?
No, I have no questions. Like I said, are you going to, are they going to be replaced?
No, I don't think at this time, no. And, I mean, you do have to find the correct handler. One handler is leaving the agency, and the other does not wish to have another canine. So you have to find a special person to have that type of burden and obligation. So, in time, maybe we'll find that next handler, but not at the current time.
No, you don't want to rush it.
No, not at all.
Do we need a liability waiver from those people? Have we done that before, or?
I don't recall if we've done a liability waiver. Usually, once we, basically, no different than any other asset, as we've talked about before, once we kind of transition it to
Sign
them,
over.
then they assume all liability. So,
Okay.
I guess maybe would this be from today, or is there, like, the end of the month, or when are they thinking?
I would say immediately.
Okay.
I would say immediately.
All right.
Okay.
So,
I think that makes sense.
I'm supportive of, they've taken care of them during this time, and we've kind of always honored that. If they want the dog, which usually they do, then it's their dog. So,
Okay, I'll make that motion.
so we have a motion to retire from service K-9 Diesel as well as K-9 Lambo, and allow them to now be owned not by the county, but by their handlers at the time.
Good, I'll second that motion.
Okay. All right, motion carries 3-0 for that.
Very good. And furthermore, on any job description changes, as far as the agency goes, the appointed people that work solely for the sheriff, we've been through the route and we've been through the litigation of, who runs and who operates and the daily operations and the furtherance of anything there at the sheriff's office other than the buildings. So, I don't agree with you with the ordinance or the job description change. I'm sorry, not the ordinance, but the job description change. But I also think it's perverse and strange that that is a position that has been pursued for several years now in this county in regards to everything under the sun. I don't know what else to do with the attitude and the personalities and the different things that, but it does feel like it's an attack position as well as mine. So this is my time. I'm going to walk away. No, it's not.
Yeah, I think it
I'm
is.
doing my speaking for my agency and for what the statute provides and what everyone else has, thinks that they need to do at the sheriff's office. So with that, I am done. I am not going to answer any questions. I'm not going to have a conversation because the conversation doesn't go anywhere in here. Tried to have those conversations, it's not going to happen. The simple fact is that there is litigation that is currently standing, and we'll wait and see what that litigation ends with. So that's where I'm going to leave it
I
at.
think we clearly showed.
With respect.
That the
Thank you.
nation does those duties, so we should accomplish what those duties are done in the job description. So, that's okay. But I do have another question for you, unless you're leaving. Do you want to go back up here?
Maybe.
Okay. Let's talk about, you mentioned the building, right? So let's talk about the security cameras and who made that decision to have an employee change access to the security cameras.
At the direction, my direction.
Okay, so
For the
you made
fact,
that.
absolutely.
Okay.
For the fact that it is my obligation to secure the facility, the inmates' welfare and well-being, everything in that facility, inside, and the operations of it.
So changing access affected the inmates' well-being?
It could, because if people have access to it from the outside, they could have photographs or pictures, still pictures or video of things that the inmates are doing as well. There's several cameras inside that facility.
Okay.
And to change it is my option. And if there's
I don't think so.
a conversation, well, if you don't think so, and we can talk about that, but it's one of those things where there can be a master, but sometimes that master is going to have to be changed. And I'm talking about the passcodes and the sharing of those passcodes.
So let me ask you this. If at the courthouse we have security, right? And an employee from the auditor's office or the treasurer's office, surveyors, called the vendor and had all of the passcodes changed, do you believe something's wrong with that? Because it affects
They're not an
multiple
elected
departments.
official, and they're not the sheriff with the responsibilities of the sheriff's office.
Okay, but you just told
So you
me
can
the building
compare
is
whatever
the
you want to compare to make
responsibility of
this
the county.
sound what you want it to sound. And I'm not going to have the rest of this conversation. If you want to have a conversation with IT and with you and me, then we'll have that conversation.
Why
but
not
until
proceed
then-
right now?
Let me ask, because you said we should have had conversation. Don't you think the conversation should have been before you pulled the plug as opposed to pulling the plug and now we're having the conversation? I mean, we should have done that before.
Because it affected more than one department.
That's what I'm saying.
What'd you go, Renee, 12 hours? without access. So outside of not being able to see her own door, couldn't see the fuel tanks of the counties, other areas they monitor. So it wasn't just one department that it impacted.
Well, I don't know what the issue was with just those cameras, but talking to the director, she went to the instrument and tried to change things and it went down. I don't know it didn't affect any of the other cameras, but it affected those cameras. So maybe a recommendation would be to put that on a separate system if that's on a separate agency. If it's inside my facility and
Well, you just told
it's
me it
all
was
tied
our
together.
building. You just told me it was our building. Now it's inside your building? I'm,
Inside the responsibilities of the sheriff's office.
okay. But the security agreement for the cameras, here it is from 2019. It was signed by Commissioner Josh Hewitts. It was paid for from the county rainy day. So although it's there, it's no different than the courthouse or any other county facility. We are over the county facilities. So we have the ability, in particular, IT has to have access if you want them to help when.
The IT comes from the people that are contracted to put the cameras in.
No, no.
No.
So that's where I am at with it. And if IT has to be in it, then we'll give the IT password,
Okay, but I believe they've asked and they've been denied.
I've never been asked.
You've never been asked. Okay, so
No, sir.
You were not asked by Natasha
So-
for the password for IT. I want to make sure we're clear.
She was asked.
Did she ask you?
No.
Okay, so she's not asked you for IT to have the passcode.
We've had a conversation, and at this time, I didn't think there was a need. There's no issues with the computer. There's no repairs that need to be made.
But
There's
there was
no outside access that needs to be given.
Has,
And even if a public request comes in, it has to go through attorneys to decide if the public request is even
well, we're not
reasonable.
public.
No, but
it
that's an
looks-
example, like you're using examples
It looks
that you want to
very
use.
targeted.
But it is an example.
It looks very targeted from the standpoint of we disputed all the lies that are being told from you and your wife in terms of we're not being compensated for commissary. We show the video and show you are.
No, you showed a
then
picture of somebody standing facing a door, is what you showed. That's what you showed. You showed a picture of a person standing at a door with a person standing behind that person. That's what you showed.
No,
So
I think.
I'm not going to entertain you, and I'm not going to give you the time of day on this for the fact that you can have your attorneys contact mine, and we'll go forward from there. But if you want to you want to turn this into a circus, and you want to point everything that we're doing something wrong, we're not.
Circus here. The
Yeah.
circus is there every time.
Sure.
Okay. Well, I guess you can go back to IMI now. Okay, any other department heads?
Go back to paving your own roads. Chip and seal.
All right, Renee,
And you
you
stop your
get to follow that up.
utilities. Have a great day.
Bye, Rich.
Bye, buddy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yesterday, we hosted a frontline supervisor course put on by the Denise Amber Lee Foundation. We held it at the Frankfort Police. We had approximately 30 people attend. Myself and the 4 shift supervisors went as well. We even had 3 people come up from Kentucky, so it was a very beneficial training day. We're going to host another course by the Denise Amber Lee Foundation in October. See. Last week I went and I had emailed out about a month ago. I'd gotten an email as EMA that there was PPE available. I had emailed that out to all fire, EMS, police, if anybody needed anything. Station 11 fire from Mulberry had reached out. They needed some things, so I made that order. I went and picked that up. While I was down there, they said, "Hey, are you going to pick up the health department's order as well?" I'm like, I can do that. That way they didn't have to make a special trip. So picked their items up as well. Also, I want to let you know, I will send out an official invite, but on September 18th at 9 at the police department, the LEPC will be hosting a seminar. And that will be put on by Norfolk and Southern Railroad, their hazmat instructor. And this seminar is going to build into next June, where we will have a full-scale exercise where Norfolk and Southern will actually bring an engine and rail cars. We will do a full-scale exercise, as well as there will be multiple days of training. Jeremy Warren, who is the trainer with Frankfurt Fire, has already reached out. Next year in June, Lafayette Fire Department's full hazmat team is going to participate as well. So this will be a good opportunity. It is our yearly, we are required by LAPC to host either tabletop, a seminar, exercises, and things like that, and that will be on that date, and we will send out the invite to the commissioners and council as well. Other than that, we have EMA Advisory Board meeting later today, and other than that, I don't think I have anything else unless you do for me.
Okay,
No,
I don't have anything.
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Any other departments? Okay, seeing none, we'll move to Commissioner reports. Commissioner Weaver, you have anything this morning?
Nothing really to report that I can think of.
Okay.
I went on the solar farm tour with, that they had last week, and I think we need to have those tours more often. That things were cleaned up and mowed and looked very nice. And
So, biannually.
biannually, and so it shows that they're capable.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's probably the key point of that it's capable of being done. Anything else?
No.
Nope. Okay, I only have one, and that is received an email from the state in regard to settlement of the opioid funds. We get these, I would say, not even annually, they just kind of pop up throughout the year, and we have 15,000 of restricted funds coming in, and roughly $5,600 of unrestricted funds will be coming in here shortly. Okay, we'll move on to our board business. We have our claims dated August 8th in the amount of $35,074.67. Claims dated August 15th in the amount of $15,182.29. Biweekly on August 19th in the amount of $751,058.59. Bi-weekly from August 19th as well in the amount of $60,950.99, and a court claim for August 19th in the amount of $27,845.06.
Motion to approve claims.
Second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0 on the claims. Next, we have payroll from July 25th in the amount of $601,253.46. A payroll from August 8th in the amount of $581,576.33. And lastly, a Board of Health payroll from July 25th in the amount of $1,015.32.
Motion to approve payroll.
Before I second, comment.
Go ahead.
I just want for the people out there and sometimes on the video to know that we have seen this information prior to just this, so it seems like we're rushing it through very quickly, but that's because we've seen these numbers for several days and had the opportunity to look at them and review them, et cetera. So it's not just that we're hitting it real quick. We've looked at this stuff. So motion to, or I'll second that motion.
Okay. And then last, we have 2 minutes from July 15th and August 5th.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0 on the minutes. Our next meeting, hopefully not the clown show, will be on September 2nd. Do we have any other business to come before us? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.